No, 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 no. Fondue is just bread dipped in cheese or other sort of foods dipped in cheese. Not, no, not like fondue. No, oh, hold on. Hello there, and welcome to Connie's Cave. Tonight I will be reviewing Captain America. I was looking forward to this movie all summer. I was prepping up. Right after I saw Thor, I'm like, woo, on to Captain. But in between, I had Transformers and Green Lantern, and I unfortunately saw Green Lantern. It makes me feel dirty, but you've all seen the video. But anyway, I've been pumped for this movie like ever since after Thor came out, and ever since I heard it came out, and I'm really pumped for Avengers. But I'll get to that later. What I really liked about Captain America is it felt like a comic book. It wasn't just limited to comic audience though. No matter who you are, if you went and saw it, you would really enjoy it. But if you're a comic book viewer, you would enjoy it even more, like most comic book or things based off cartoons usually go. So, with that being said, it still had that like same Marvel feeling, and with the cheesy effects, but still being good. And it felt like a comic book, and it really worked because in some parts they do choppy editing, but to somebody else it looks like choppy editing, but in a way it's kind of like somebody flipping through the pages of a comic book, and it was really enjoyable. And there's another scene in the movie, spoilers, where Captain America is doing a play and he just punches the crap out of Hitler. And if you've ever read a Captain America comic book, you know that he pretty much does that. So it was really, good to feel. Marvel's got this down packed. I guess what I've been hearing is Joss Whedon has had his final say in almost all the like movies that are going into the Avengers. So at least I know so far is he's worked with Thor and Captain America, and I don't know if his contract went through for Iron Man 2 at that time, but I know definitely Thor and Captain America. So he's making sure that this lines up to Avengers. Once again, get to that later. But Marvel has this thing with casting of the movies. That really works. It they've they've got it down, and I really want to see Marvel pan out to this bigger thing. Doing like two movies once a year again. Because this summer it was Thor and Captain America. Next summer is going to be the Avengers and Spider-Man, which should be interesting. I have mixed feelings about the next Spider-Man movie, but not the time or place for this. And like so with the casting, they didn't. Chris Evans was a I I didn't like it at the time because he had already played a Marvel character because he was Johnny Storm in the Fantastic Four movies. But I guess if you go with, that wasn't owned by Marvel at the time, so that doesn't really count, that works. Alright, so if you throw that out of continuity. So once I saw Chris Evans dressed up as Captain America, it worked out really well. I did like the costume, and it wasn't too cheesy like the 1980s Captain America. So I think it's a great movie. But that's just me. But with Tommy Lee Jones and Stanley Tucci, who played the main professor that created the super soldier serum, it they they had main roles and they had to be very serious, but they played the most important like comedic timing parts. It's Tommy Lee Jones especially, and it brought the movie in even more, and it was great. And Hugo Weaving as Red Skull was just fantastic. He had the facial structure, and the way that they did the makeup was awesome. So really, I can't complain about this movie. I mean, the only thing that felt a bit off for me was it was a little rushed, granted, but once again, it gave you that flipping through the comic feel. And my big nitpick is the age of Bucky Barnes. He was, Bucky's Captain America's plucky young ward, and in this movie, he was Captain America plucky older friend. So, I that's really nitpicking though, and I did like the Howling Commandos and Dum Dum Dugan. They casted Dum Dum Dugan really well, except for the actor that played him. I was kind of expecting an Irish accent out of it, but I guess you can't get everything you want. And the other thing is with the Howling Commandos is I was it was kind of a blind shot for hoping this, but some sort of reference to Wolverine, or at least James Howlett.
We're spinning ducks out here! Howlett, I need recon! I'm working on it, Bub.
Because if you go in the comics, Wolverine is a part of the Howling Commandos, and I was just kind of hoping for a little, hint at it. Like, not even, what's his face? Hugh Jackman, but like somebody with big mutton chops being called James would have been fine for me. But whatever, with all the great things in this movie, you can toss those little things aside and like just really enjoy it. And I saw it packed in the theater. We had to be, properly escorted seats. And then when the movie started off, there's these two guys. There's a preview ahead of us, or preview in front of the movie, for a movie that comes out on 11/11/11. The kid behind us was like, screw that movie, I'm going to be playing Skyrim that day. I enjoyed that at the party, and I'm like, oh wow, these guys are pretty much going to be talking throughout the movie. But it worked out really well. They weren't really annoying, and they didn't draw away from my experience. They're kind of like Standler and Waldorf from the Muppets. And just kind of funny, like, towards the end of the movie, the guy went, ugh, gotta piss like a racehorse. He sprinted down the hall and turned out of the movie theater, ran back in. He's like, did I miss anything? And I thought, once again, I thought it would take away, but it kind of made the movie enjoyable. And it also took away, though I couldn't really pick up when parts dragged because I had the two hecklers behind me. So I really want to see it again so I can so I can say for sure whether or not it dragged and it's consistent. But other than that, I strongly recommend seeing it. If not, even for Captain America, go see it for the Avengers trailer at the end of the movie, because I got goosebumps when I saw it. I just froze up. I was like, oh my god. And the movie looks great. It was just like a quick teaser and just flashing scenes at you. But even that made me so pumped for it. So, wait for Avengers. But go see Captain America. Do it. Do it. That's it from Carney's Cave. Goodbye.